Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Five Love podcast. I want to say a heartfelt thank you to everyone who has been supporting the podcast thus far. I see that we have some subscribers both on YouTube and on Spotify. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, and I'm really, really excited to introduce my guest. His name is Lindell. And Lindell and I go way back. We were actually besties in high school. Remember those days, Lindell?
So long ago.
Yeah. And now he is here on my podcast. So, Lindell, welcome to Five Love.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Very exciting times.
Very exciting times indeed. And I know this is going to be an amazing episode.
Yeah.
Um, so tell me, Lindell, I guess, why did you fall in love with tennis?
I think it started from the Williams sisters. My dad and I don't have a lot in common, but the one thing we found in common was tennis and just watching Venus and Serena dominate, in the late 90s, early 2000s, just
Yeah.
really unstoppable. So I think that was my initial in. And then while it wasn't as accessible to me in Trinidad, when I moved here to the States and just tennis courts everywhere, just picking up a racket felt right. And just kind of became obsessed with it after that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
I
kind of
remember in high school, we also were fans of the Williams sisters as well. So,
yes,
I think we also shared that.
we
Um,
did. And we
back
played
in,
hand tennis,
yeah,
remember,
because
with the
we didn't have
screens
rackets.
and everything. You're right, exactly.
We didn't have rackets, yeah. So we have come a long way.
We have.
Speaking of rackets,
Okay.
I bought this today.
Nice. That
So
I
I,
that
yeah,
runs almost $400, man. That's a nice racket.
yeah. I mean, it was a little expensive, but and
Yeah.
I have these strings to go with it.
Nice.
So I'm
Okay.
actually, yeah, actually gonna get them strong today. What racket do you use right now?
So it's so funny that you brought that up. I recently switched from Yonex to Babolat.
Welcome to Babolat.
I'm here
Yeah,
for it.
which one you got?
I had the Pure Arrow.
I was using the Pure Arrow before, and now I'm
So,
using the Pure Drive. Yeah,
yeah. So the Arrow, it's funny because I have a membership at a tennis club, and they have these demos, and they actually sold a demo of this Pure Arrow I was using.
yeah,
So now I have it. And people are saying my top spin is top spinning, man. There's a little bit more pop,
yeah,
I'm giving Rafa. So
yeah.
I'm here for it all day.
I'm here for it too. Anything to do with my boy Rafa. Every episode I have to show this book.
Nice. I love
Anything to
it.
do with my boy Rafa, I approve of. So yes, I
Yeah,
have another question for you.
sure.
What color is this?
I mean, I think it's supposed to be green. Maybe it's yellow.
Okay.
It's yellow against your green. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yellow.
I mean, I'm asking everyone. Some people say yellow, some people say green. I'm not getting a consensus, but you never really think about it, right? But
You don't. I think
yeah,
it's yellow. That's what I've known, but the military told me that I was red-green colorblind, so I don't
ah,
know. It could be anything.
okay. So we're not going to take your word for
No, absolutely not. I'm the worst one to ask this question to.
it. And I have another question for you. Actually, I always have questions.
Always.
Serena is back. What do you think?
Woof. Oh my gosh, I think my kids are losing their mind. I apologize.
That's okay. We are on this podcast. We just roll with the
We're
punches.
rolling with it. Okay, we're rolling with the chaos because I'm hearing it coming down. I could feel it. Um, well, Serena coming back, my expectations are low.
Okay.
And I'm doing that intentionally so that I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm not expecting her to come out and just, dominate, but I'm excited. I think is the energy we need in the tour.
Yeah.
I think the tour is great, obviously, but
Yeah.
Serena, Serena, I knew like eventually she's gonna come back, and she's got a little GLP-1
I,
situation going
I
on.
mean, come on. Yeah.
She was prepping for this, so I'm super excited. I'm not gonna expect her to dominate like I did the first time she came back. I was like, yeah, she's gonna just run all over them. The
Yeah.
game's changed, and that's actually a big part responsible by her and her sister. Everybody's hitting hard now, so um I want her to kill it. I'm gonna always be cheering for her. I was there for her last match that she won in Arthur Ashe. But I have limited expectations.
Okay. Well, I want to say thank you for that response because you probably saw me making a note. I
Yeah, right.
just got a very good clickbaity title for the
Okay.
episode just based on your response. So
Oh,
thank you. Thank
right.
you. Okay. So let's get into the hot takes. Linda,
Okay.
you were asked to prepare a hot take on tennis.
Man,
Let's hear it.
it's so stressful, but I had a few different things that came to mind, but this was like front of mind, and
Hmm.
it's a direct reflection of what's happening right now. Like right now
Hmm.
in Roland Garros, which by the time I guess people see this, maybe over.
Yeah.
But I just think major upsets aren't good for the slams.
Mm.
I just don't think it is. I think while yes, people are like tired of Yannick and Carlos winning all the slams. Right now, I saw this thing on Twitter. Right now, the Roland Garros male side looks like a ATP challenger, and you're like, okay, like cool, whoever comes out of it, but the unpredictability of the draw is
Yeah.
an appeal to me. I think if there are upsets, great, but I think there should at least be five, six top 10 guys going into at least the round of 16. I think we've had two guys in the round of 16, and the quarters are going to be possibly one, maybe two if Felix gets through.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just not good for the slams. Have your upsets, even the Masters 1000s, your 500 levels, the 250s, upset all the way.
Yeah.
I want the slams to stay with the elite guys so you can have those like popcorn matchups, you know?
I would actually agree with you because okay, let me see if I could string two thoughts together here.
Okay, let's hear it.
There was a lot of talk about the women not getting night matches.
Right.
And then, correct me if I'm wrong, I think once the top men got ousted, then
Yeah.
they gave the women a night match.
Sabalenka and Osaka, they gave them finally a night match. And
Right.
those
And
guys
I'm not
met four times this year or
Yeah,
three.
I'm not really talking about whether women should play at night or not, right? But I think one
Right.
of the reasons for not giving women night matches is because they wanted to like sell tickets and fill
Right.
stadiums and all that.
Right.
So what I mean here is just that with all the top guys there, they really can sell the tickets.
Right.
So I'm agreeing with you in that you when you see like let's say US Open tickets just went on sale the other day,
Yeah.
you're buying a ticket hoping to see Alcaraz versus Sinner.
Correct.
Or
And it's
maybe
more money
even
than ever now, you know? So yeah,
yeah,
give me those
yeah. So
popcorn matchups. I'm not trying to see, Arnaldi versus some rando outside the
yeah,
top 50. Like, who
yeah,
cares?
yeah.
So,
I agree. I agree. Because if I bought tickets to the final thinking I'm gonna see the top guys and then they get knocked out in round three, I'm pissed.
oh, 100%.
Yeah, yeah,
100%.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I okay. I agree with you, one hundred
okay,
percent.
there you
Yeah,
go. All right, see?
yeah.
How was my take? Was it a good take?
I mean, I think that there may be some people that would disagree with you, but
Yeah.
to those people, I would say it's okay to be wrong. You
I
know.
think so too. Be wrong and own it. Here's why.
Yeah,
So why I felt maybe it's not the hottest of the hottest takes, but
yeah,
I've just been hearing so much people being like, we're tired of seeing Sinner Alcaraz finals or like, the top four. It's Novak, Zverev, Sinner, Alcaraz. Like, usually in the semifinal. You're like,
yeah.
we're tired of it. We're excited to see somebody new. But guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna get Raducanu. They're gonna get Sloane Steven.
Wow.
You
Oh
know,
my, oh,
Like,
okay, not too much on Sloan.
I
Not
love
too much on
I love
Sloan.
Sloane. Don't get me wrong, I love Sloane, but Sloane outside of that year has not gotten
Yeah,
anywhere near
yeah,
even
yeah,
like
yeah,
around the 16.
yeah.
So I just feel like when you have random slam winners and they just become one hit kind of it I don't think it's great for the sport because those players end up getting kind of harassed, and
True.
they get a little bit abused for being like, "Oh, you won slam wonder whatever
Yeah,
whatever." The
yeah,
tennis community is brutal. They
yeah.
are the biggest bullies I've ever seen online. And
Yeah, you guys are toxic.
you guys,
So let's get into the meat and potatoes of
Sure.
today's session. I
Okay.
think you would actually love this episode.
Okay.
I really thought about what could I discuss with Lindell.
Okay.
And you kind of foreshadowed a bit because you spoke about you and your dad's love for the Williams sisters.
Yes. Okay.
So do you want to guess what you're going to be blind ranking today?
Am I ranking the top
Hmm.
WTA players of all time?
Oh, you're so close. Okay, try
Okay.
again. Top WTA players of
Of this, I don't know.
what 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 area would your dad have watched in? It's
I mean, he watched in the 90s and 2000s.
mhm. Yeah, you got it. The
Okay.
2000s.
2000s.
Top
Okay.
WTA players
Top
of the
WTA
2000s. Yeah.
players of
Ah,
2000s.
look at
Okay, I
you.
like
Okay,
it.
so you know the rules, but
Yes.
just to remind our lovely viewers,
Mhm.
you will be blind ranking these from 5 to 1.
Okay.
I have already ranked mine. You
Mm.
unfortunately didn't get to do any research, but I did. And
I love this for you.
if at the end of it you get to pick a number between 1 and 5,
Mhm.
if your number three, let's say, matches with my number three, you get to reorder. If
Okay.
not, then you have to live with whatever it is you came up with.
That's all I could do.
All right.
All
But
I
take a moment right now and write down just two players who you would put in the top five, just off the top of your head.
Okay.
Got it?
Yep.
All right, let's go. So we're gonna start off with Venus Williams. Where would you
Mm.
put Venus?
And this is during that time
This
period.
is just from 2000 to 2009. Nothing before, nothing after.
And okay, that's a specific window.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. 2000 to 2009. Venus would be, I think she would be 2.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about why Venus gets to be number two.
I mean, I think her body of work during that time was prime. She was prime
Yeah.
Venus before she got, like, sick.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So she was just hitting the crap out of that ball.
She was.
She was moving amazing, and she was just mentally in it, the whole way. She had so much against her, even more than Serena, I think, at the beginning, because she really was the trailblazer for
Yeah.
that kind of tennis. Um, and so, like, I would put her at number 2 because I think my number 1 would, I think, still be Serena. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Why do you think Serena's on the list?
Why she's on the list?
I said, why do you think she's on the list?
I mean, I just think she is. Why wouldn't she? I mean, what kind of podcast is this? What are we doing? What are we doing if she's not on the list with
Okay. Well, we'll see. Let's hang
Okay.
in there and see.
All right.
Okay. Next on the list we have Justine Henin. Henin, Enna, I don't know how to
Enoa,
pronounce it.
Justin Enoa Arden.
Yeah,
Um,
Justine Henin.
I think she would probably be 3. I think she was able to take out, Venus and Serena with her game. I
That
think
that 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 backhand, the
her
one
backhand
hand
was
backhand.
insane.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
one of the few one-handed backhands in women's tennis too.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
one, it was so cool to see.
Yes.
Her game kind of, I see a little bit of, like, not that I'm a fan of her, but I think I could see where Iga got a little bit of her, like, footwork from,
Mm-hmm,
her
mm-hmm,
movement.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It kind of matches what Hinor did or started. She just was always moving her feet. And she was just in it the whole time. She went for everything. So I
Yeah.
think she would be 3 just because from a slam count and her body of work against the Williams sisters was good, but they still, would be 1 and 2 for
You're really holding on for Serena. Well, let's see. Oh,
me.
one thing
Okay.
about Justine, I would never, ever, 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 ever forgive Justine. And you know why?
Why?
Think about the French Open that's actually going on right now.
Yeah.
You remember what she did?
No. What'd she do?
She was playing Serena, and then Serena's about to serve, and Justine put her hand up because she wasn't ready,
Mhm.
and the umpire didn't see. So then Serena was like, "Is it first serve?" And the umpire said, "No, second serve." And then Serena said she had her hand up, and like Serena looked like she wanted to cry. And
Oh.
Justine, you knew that you had
You
your
know what
hand
she
up, and you
did.
stood there and he said nothing. And then when they interviewed her about it, she said, I don't think it would have changed the course of the match. Of course it did, because that, screwed Serena up mentally. So
Yeah.
as great as a player as Justine is, I would never forgive her.
I love that you have not let this go, and it was
Oh,
like
there
the
are a
one
lot of
time you
things I
held
haven't
it.
let go. Uh, Another thing I haven't let go is Naomi Osaka taking on Patrick as her coach.
Yeah, I mean, it's unforgivable for sure. It's
Thank you for
unforgivable.
understanding. Thank
She
you.
lost like a year of her career just
Yeah,
from being
but
with
you
that
know what?
idiot.
I'm gonna have to bring you back on to do an episode about that.
Yeah, no,
Because that's a,
I agree with you. He is
a
the biggest scam
uh,
artist in tennis, and I
Lindell,
love that for him. But he is the biggest scam artist in tennis.
y-
Unforgivable. I
I'm
agree.
bringing you back to discuss Patrick. Okay,
Yeah, let's do it.
good,
Let's do
good.
it.
Okay, good. All right. Next on the list we have Maria Sharapova.
I have her on my list too. I have her on my list as 5. No, she's a 5 slash. She might be sharing it with Hingis potentially for me, but obviously she was a early riser. She came in as a teenager and just ran things for a little bit. Obviously beating the Williams sisters in the same tournament. Iconic, right? People are one of her, best runs. And obviously, like, they thought she was the next big thing, which she was for a little until she couldn't beat Serena anymore. It was like the one
Yeah,
time, and, that she really was able to dominate both of them. And then the next person to do that was Muguruza, I think. But um, yeah, I would give her 5 just because I think her body of work was pretty good for that era. We're
yeah,
saying in that specific era, yeah, she was
yes,
dominant.
yeah.
And I think that's fair.
She had one more. Well, she hadn't won all of her slams within that time period.
Right.
So you are right. I could agree with what you're saying. Um, and one thing I would say about Maria is I think she's very polarizing.
But yeah,
Either people really loved her, and then you have the people who don't give her credit because of the head-to-head with Serena. But if you really think about it, right, I think you have to take into consideration, one, she was hitting as big and as flat as Venus was.
she
So
was.
Serena was ready for that.
Right.
Like Venus prepared her to play somebody like Maria.
Right.
And then two, I think that in the period where Serena kind of went away, Maria
Yeah,
was really running the show.
she was.
So
She
had
was
it
running the show.
not been for Serena, I think Maria really would have been top dog. And I mean, kudos to her to be able to walk away with 5 slams. She won on every single surface.
Yeah.
Yes, she had the issue with the drugs and all that, but
Yeah.
I do think that she did more good for tennis than bad, because like whenever she would play Serena, they would get prime time slots.
100%.
The amount of
This
prize
is what
money
they
girls
wanted.
get now, is partly due to Serena and Maria, because they were just making so much money. So when Coco
Yeah.
and Sabalenka and Raducanu could get these huge, and Naomi Osaka could get these huge endorsements,
Right.
Maria, Serena, and even Venus kind of like, opened up the door for that. So
I agree, 100%.
yeah,
Obviously, she was outside of Konnikova, probably
yeah,
the most marketable in that way for
yeah,
what society wanted at that time.
yeah, yeah.
And I think to your point, her confidence, her,
Hmm.
and again, what it was good for the sport because you couldn't like both of them at the same time. It's like you can't like Novak and Rafa.
Yeah.
Like
But I don't.
right. Exactly. But that's what most people are. Most people
Yeah.
are like
You pick a
one side
side.
or the other.
Yeah.
And that's what they created. You can't
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Serena
Yeah.
and like Maria. Like you
Yeah.
can't, which is good for the sport, right?
Yeah.
Because now there's a piece of the sport where it's like there's no real rivalry on the women's side that you're like, I don't
Exactly.
really like
Exactly.
this person versus not liking it. You know?
Yeah. 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 All right. Let's move on to Jennifer Capriati.
She's in the 5.
She's in the 5. Okay, so I know you said Hingis.
I have
but
Hingis, I have Clijsters.
Right. So the reason I didn't put Hingis on classes is because I got the opportunity to do research. And
Okay.
when I
Yeah, I
first
do
thought
agree.
about it, Hingis was one of the first people to come to mind. But
Yeah.
Hingis won the majority of her slams in the 90s.
Ah.
And so in the 2000s, Capriati would have won more than Hingis. So if you were looking all time, Capriati
Yeah.
probably wouldn't be there. But in the 2000s, Capriati she was solid, and I think she was one of the people who kind of gave Serena a hard time.
Yeah, yeah, she
And
did.
and you know what? You know what? Now that I remember it, I would never forgive Capriati either.
I think you need sorry, let me get this part back on. I think you
No,
need
because
kind of therapy.
you
I
know
think that's
because
what you
of
need.
that Capriati and Serena match. That's why we have Hawkeye.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
Uh,
Serena was getting all those bad calls, and then when they interviewed Capriati, she said, "Oh, whatever. I got my fair share of bad calls. Who cares?" I mean, not exactly what she said, but that's the
yeah,
sentiment. So
essentially what she's yeah,
I don't
no,
forget. I wouldn't forgive Capriati ever, ever, ever. She's on my bad list.
there's a lot of people on your bad list. That should be
Yeah,
a whole podcast. You should have a whole like your bad list. You really need to therapize
I
this. You need to
do.
get it out there.
I do. Yeah. But where would you put Mrs. Capriati?
I would probably since I gave that number, I can't switch, right?
I knew you would want to switch. I knew it. I knew
Because
it.
I didn't expect
I knew it.
Capriati. I thought I was gonna get
You
Clijsters
did, oh,
or
Hingis, yeah.
Hingis.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was
Because
like,
remember, Christ came back after pregnancy and won some slams
she
too.
did, which was amazing. Nobody's really
Yes.
been able to do that.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
oh man. Okay. So did I put Sharapova as 5?
You did,
So I
and it
have to
can't
put
change
Capriati as
now.
4.
You have
So
to, yeah. You
that
can put
puts
Capriati as number one.
no, that's insane. That's insane. And again, we're not also going by slams, right? Like there's a bigger body of work here at play.
Yeah, but I mean,
So
but in the 2000s, Hingis wasn't as
she wasn't as she was
competitive.
still a name. She was
Yeah,
still a
yeah,
she'll get in that draw, she'll get deep,
yeah,
and she will still play 200 games a year,
yeah.
200 matches a year, sorry, you
But in the
know?
early 2000s, Capriati was really she was doing it.
Yeah, I guess if it wasn't Venus and Serena, I just remember watching and then being in Trinidad with very limited exposure to the tournaments.
Yes.
We mainly saw Wimbledon, so
Yeah,
not the whole scope of the tennis calendar year. Capriati just didn't really do a lot of damage on grass from what I
that's
remember.
true. That is true.
So I just not she was just not that much of a thing for me in
Yeah,
and then I still just remember her being just kind of like, yeah, she's in the mix, she's a name, but
yeah,
never really this crazy like threat, and definitely not nearly as marketable than the others that you mentioned. So,
yeah.
um, I don't know. So I mean, I guess she's 4, you know,
Okay, well, she's number four.
yeah.
Um, before I release the last name, who were the two people you wrote down?
As so I had Serena as 1,
Yeah,
Venus as 2.
yeah.
So I guess with this new revised list, I have
Oh, no, no, no,
Henry.
sorry, sorry. I'm sorry. What I meant was, when we first started, I asked you to
Okay.
just off the top of your head,
Yeah, who
the
do I
people
read that
who
much?
you,
Venus and
yeah,
Serena. Venus and
you didn't
Serena were my
Serena.
1 and
Okay,
2,
okay. I mean,
right?
I thought
Um,
so. Okay.
who's
So,
number 1? Are
for
you
the
trying to give
final,
me this twist? Is this a whole twist?
no, 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 it's not a twist. It's not a twist. I just wondered,
Okay.
like, who you would have considered.
Okay.
Yeah. And in the last spot I have and I guess you're gonna put her as number one, Anna Kournikova.
Oh my God.
I'm
You
kidding.
definitely mentioned it. You got to.
Of course it's Serena.
Enrique Iglesias would say number 1 all the time. So
No, of course it's Serena.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think she's to me she's my number 1. It is what she's done even during that time where
yeah.
she just found herself and she was just I mean, and she was getting it too because unlike Venus, they always like put Venus with like class. You know, she's
Mm,
handled things quietly.
yeah.
She wasn't the but Serena with the iconic come on that every damn person across whatever language they speak says it
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
could not speak a lick of English as a tennis
That's
player
true.
and
That's true.
yelling, "Come on."
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
that was her thing that
Yeah.
started from there, and people weren't initially they were so again, she was polarizing. She would scream, she would yell this, like, just after these points, and she would, but nobody could serve out a match like her. It was like a guaranteed 4 aces in that last game to serve out
That's
that
so
match,
true. Yeah. I
you
remember that
know?
Wimbledon match against Radwanska when she hit those four
Yeah.
aces back to back. That
4
was cool.
aces, and she did that more than once,
Yeah.
it was just kinda like her thing, "Oh, she's serving for the match? Alright, well, it's over,"
I remember that match, Australian Open 2015, when she had match points against Maria Sharapova. She thought she hit an ace.
Yeah.
They said out because
Uh,
she hit the serve wide to the outside.
Uh,
And then she hit the exact same serve, but this time it touched the line.
nice.
And I was just thinking about it because like if I hit a serve and it's out, I probably
Right.
wouldn't hit the same serve because I probably
No.
don't want the person to be prepared for it.
Right.
But to just have the confidence to do that,
I'll go
like
back again. Just go
yeah,
right back.
yeah,
Okay.
it's crazy.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think that's what she brought. And I guess like, you know, that was the era of her revolutionizing the game. And
Yeah.
that was the era where a lot of the players who were like, I was a little kid and watched her do this.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
when she started being on posters on people's walls and,
yeah.
all the stuff. So I would say she's number one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, she is. She is number
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Okay, well, do you want to change your order?
Did we have the same number three? Isn't that the
Well,
rule?
you have to pick a number, but let me just say something. I was smiling the entire time because we were going so good up until one of them.
Yachty.
I'm not gonna say. So you pick a number between 1 and 5, and if
Yeah.
your whatever number matches my number, which I think is gonna be very easy for you to do, then you get
Two?
your order. 2? Yeah, we both had Venus as number
Yeah, that's what I was
I'm
okay.
surprised you didn't say number 1 because Serena was number
I feel
1.
like I wanted to give myself a challenge.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I had I also had but I mean, okay, you go ahead and reorder first. It's gonna be very easy because I guess you're gonna just swap out number
I'm gonna
4 and
swap. I'm
5.
gonna swap 4 and 5, but
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it the way it is.
Oh, you're gonna
Mine
keep it the way it
no,
is?
swapping 4 and 5, but
Okay.
leaving the rest.
Okay, okay. So using your announcer voice,
Yes.
for those of you who did not know, Lindell thought he was gonna be a news anchor when we were in high school.
Yeah, that
And
dream was very short-lived, guys. That
I
was a
think you would have been good at it.
I think it was short-lived. I think, that dream flew away maybe after a couple months,
But
but,
that's it. But I'm giving you the opportunity to use your announcer voice now and read out
oh,
your from 5
man,
to 1, from 5 to 1.
I wasn't ready to be an announcer voice, so, alright. What was his name? I'm trying to think of who was the TV anchor? Um,
Samson Nanson?
no, not that one. Is
Which
it
one?
Paulo Cranahan?
There's Paulo Kernahan, there's so many of them, I don't
There
remember.
were so many of them. Paulo Cranahan, I think I remember him just from his name. But okay, so in number 5, uh, I have Jennifer Capriati. Number 4, we have Maria Sharapova. Number 3, we have Justin Henin Henor. I think that's how
Harden.
Harden.
You never pronounce the name properly.
Justin Enor Harden. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
Justin
yeah.
Enor Harden. Yes. Number 2, Venus Williams. And number 1, the Serena Williams.
Congratulations to Serena, as usual.
Congrats. Congrats.
Yeah, so we were pretty much the same.
Okay.
So I mean,
If
there's
I didn't
no
know about the Capriati twist, we probably would have.
well, it wasn't really a twist. It wasn't really a twist. I think in that era of tennis, you just had so many people that you could pick
Yeah,
from. Because
that's true.
I was thinking of like Lindsay Davenport.
Yeah,
You know, it could have
she
been
was up
anybody.
there.
It could have been anybody. And
Yeah,
but I think we just kind of lumped like the late '90s into like the 2010s
yeah,
because you still have people like Lena or even like
yeah, yeah.
Ivanovic or there's just so many people
Donovich,
that could
yeah.
have
Very marketable. She was very marketable.
very yeah so many people that could have won a slam. So
Mm,
you just never knew.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree.
yeah. Well, Lindell, it looks like we have come to the end of our discussion on the WTA. I think this was um really enjoyable for me to go down memory lane a little bit with you.
Yeah, same.
And is there anything you want to say to our viewers before we close?
Yeah, I mean, hey, like and subscribe. Joel's doing really cool stuff. This is uh a dream of mine that I think he's living and starting up. So, keep supporting and keep tuning in.
Yes, but I love stealing your dreams.
Thank you.
So
As always. Thankfully, you're not a news anchor, so that would really
I might be soon.
that would have ended it.
So like Linda said, guys, Please like, share, and subscribe. Remember, you can find the Five Love podcast on Spotify as well as YouTube. And guys, thank you for watching. And remember, even if the score is 5-love, the match is not over until the last point is played. See you next time.
Nice. Nice.